Hi everyone, this is Zach with Plume Security, and I'm here to show you our new release on Synology NAS appliances. So RansomStop is a product that can detect and actually stop ransomware in action. And we support Windows Server and cloud like AWS S3 and Google Drive. We also support Synology NAS devices. I think, as far as I know, we're the only product that can prevent ransomware on a Synology NAS device. But let's get into this demo. So I'm going to log into my portal here, and you'll see the RansomStop portal. And I've got a bunch of pre-existing alerts in here. You can ignore all these. They're all green. We'll be looking for new red alerts in here. So that was from some earlier testing. And so let me explain the setup. So first of all, ransomware doesn't typically run on a Synology device. Typically, it's more of a remote encryption attack where you have a whole number of users that are connected to your Synology NAS over the network, over like an SMB, like a Windows share, a network share. And typically one of your users gets infected with ransomware because they clicked on something or whatever, and that person's laptop or desktop gets encrypted. But almost all ransomware these days will go and look at any map drives that are on that machine and go out and encrypt all that data on the map drive. So if your user that gets infected with ransomware, if their desktop or laptop is going to be encrypted, and that's a whole nother issue. But if they also encrypt your Synology appliance, then all that data is going to get encrypted as well. And that usually impacts a lot more people. It could be a whole department, it could be your whole company, but regardless, it's where you share all these files, and it probably has a direct impact on whether you can really run your business going forward. If you lost all those files, it would be very hard and time consuming to recover from that. And that is why a lot of people end up paying ransom. So that's kind of what the scenario is. We can assume that this Windows server here that we're on, we can just pretend that this is someone's laptop or desktop, and they click on some ransomware and it goes. And then we have two map drives here. The first map drive, S, that is going to the Synology device on my network, and it has a number of files in here. And then I also have another map drive, the Z drive, which points to a different file server that does not have RansomStop installed. And so we can kind of compare and contrast the two. So now if we look at the Synology appliance, you can see that under installed packages, you can see RansomStop is installed here. It's a really simple install. You just go to manual install, you upload the package, and literally it asks you a couple questions, and then it is up and running. And I'm also using this user account to attach to it called victim, and you can see that the status is normal. So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate a ransomware attack. So I have this tool that we have that basically simulates a ransomware attack. So we're going to run that. And step one is to encrypt the files. Now first, we're going to go after this server that has no RansomStop protection on it at all. So we are just going to type in 1 here, and we know that that path is on the Z drive, and we'll go from there. And you're going to see here, it's just going to start encrypting those files. And this is going to keep on going and keep on going until that whole drive is encrypted. You can see over here on the left, these files are starting to change to encrypted, and it's a pretty bad day. So this will just go on until it's done. So I'm just going to go ahead and cancel that. All right. Now we're going to try the same thing on the Synology device that has RansomStop installed. So now you can see here's all those files. Everything looks normal. We know that that's the S drive. So we're going to run the simulator again, and we're going to go encrypt the files just like we did before. And now this time we're going to choose the S drive, and let's see what happens. I don't know why, but I get that error every single time for the first time. I don't think it's actually mid part of this part of this demo, but it should start encrypting files in a minute here, and we'll see. Up there it goes, and look at that. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this because this is gonna fail every single time. Oh, it's already done. But you see the error message. The user can't sign in because this account is currently disabled. Right, so what happened is it tried ransoming those files, and it got blocked by RansomStop. So now, if we go and refresh this drive, see, I can't even sign into it now because the account is disabled. So RansomStop detected that remote encryption from the ransomware simulator I was running here on the Synology, and it immediately disabled the user. So we can actually see here, if I refresh this screen, where's the refresh button? If I refresh this screen, you're going to see that user is deactivated. So literally in about 1 second, we detected ransomware activity, and then we disable that user account and disconnect them. And if we look here at the files that are in here, these are the files that are shared, and you'll see all these files are still totally intact. We can actually search to see. Sometimes you'll get 1 or 2 files that actually get encrypted first. Here it is. There's one file that was encrypted from that. We were able to detect on that first encryption that was a ransomware attack, and immediately disconnect and disable that user account. So that way we've really limited the damage to just the machine that had the ransomware on it, and not on to your Synology device that groups of people or possibly even your whole company use to store important data that's part of your sort of day-to-day business processes. So this takes what could be a catastrophic event for you and turns it into a very minor event. And hopefully the person that clicked on that ransomware, hopefully they can get their data restored on their laptop or wherever that came from. But your larger set of data is what's been protected. So thank you for joining, and feel free to contact Plume Security, and we can get you set up with a trial of RansomStop. Thank you.